What's going on, everybody? Shane here from Vulgar Display Gaming, reporting in for KNAC, and today I'm joined by Ross Sewage of Exhumed, Impaled, and Cold Slither. How the hell are you doing this morning, brother?
I'm doing all right.
Hell yeah,
Okay,
that's
the
what I
voice
like
isn't
to
quite
hear.
there yet. I need some more coffee. Then maybe I can hit that high E.
Hey, you'll get it. You just gotta, practice a little bit more every
Yeah,
morning, right?
nobody wants to hear that from me anyways. They just want to hear pig grunts. So I guess I'll give the people what they want.
I want to start off with this because it was just dropped not even that long ago. I just finished watching your new music video, Shovelhead.
Yeah, we got just dropped today. The second single from our new album, Red Asphalt. That video collaboration came about from when Exhumed went on tour in 2024 with Morbicon. And we were talking with Landfill, also from Municipal Waste, and he was showing us, all these cool animations he had gotten into and was doing for Morbicon videos. And he's like, I'd love to work with you on one of your projects someday. And this one came up, and then, that we were talking about what singles to release and what order. And Shovelhead is that is not it is a fun part of the record. Don't expect every song to sound like that. It is very groovy and sleazy and slimy, but it seemed like the perfect one with the lyrical content to for Landfill to animate and have a lot of fun with, and he killed it on that video. It also made us look like superheroes. If you haven't seen
Hell
it yet,
yeah.
go check it out. You can see some exhumed superheroes riding off into the sunset.
It was a great music video, great song too. Dug it, like you said, very groovy. Made me want to, die on the highway on a motorcycle now.
Yeah,
And
hopefully it makes you want to get really screwed up and go driving. No, don't do that. That is not a legal endorsement.
and this
You
seems
you
to
will
be.
not you will not come back from the dead if something happens to you on the road. That
Oh
is that
man.
is fiction.
But it seems to be the theme of this album coming out, Red Asphalt.
It is. It is the theme. It's a theme we talked about doing a couple years ago. We recorded last February, but so we've been working on this for a bit. And but we talked about we were like, oh hey, it's like with a band like Exhumed, what are we on an album like 11 teen or something like that? And we're like, what do we do? Like, how do we keep it fun and interesting for us more than anybody else? And we're talking about some themes and what to do next. And I'm just like looking around on the road. I'm like, you know what? We need a road song. We need a good road song, like The Road Behind by Guar or Home
Oh
Sweet Home
yeah.
by Motley Crue. And it's like, well, Matt's like, well, all right, well, a road song. What's a death metal road song? It's like, well, clearly it's going to be about death and horror. Hey, let's make a whole album of road songs. We got to work cracking on some themes and ideas, and each song is a different horror and tragedy that can happen to you on the road. And something that we think about all the time while we're driving a 4-ton death vehicle with a trailer attached.
I mean, hey, it makes me not want to go to work today because I drive the freeway every day. So
Yeah,
that's
well, I mean,
fun.
is there anything that makes you want to go to work?
No, no,
Generally, no,
absolutely not.
no. Paycheck, that's about it.
Exactly. But I mean, I'm, with the themes of like death on the roadway and everything, I enjoyed the other music video, Unsafe at Any Speed, which, hey, I'm immortalized in a music video, at least credits wise. So I appreciate that.
Thank you for capturing that because I'd had a bit of a life crisis dealing with a whole, we don't need to get into it. I had a whole life crisis the day before those shows happened, and I was spun out of my head. I was supposed to get some footage with GoPros and shit like that. And you rescued me, sir. Thank you very much for providing that extra little touch that video needed.
No,
A
and
little bit of live exhumed.
it's a great video. It reminds me of the old, horrors of driving school or when you fuck up and you got to go take those classes.
I haven't had to do that, but I'm pretty sure every other member of Exhumed has had to do that. But yeah, we wanted like something more fun, and I really wanted to go back when I was pitching the idea for the driver's ed class. I really wanted like it's something I don't think we see as much anymore is like the old long form videos like Twisted Sister used to do or David Lee Roth, where you tell this funny little story before the actual music pops in. And the director Jim Stramel is an old friend of mine, and he's worked on some videos for Cannibal Corpse and some other people, and did his own horror series. And he's performed with us live on stage as a monster before. He's a great guy, and I was like, this is the guy who has the right sense of humor to like get this script that I got. And he added a bunch of his own flourishes and touches, and just found the most reprehensible people you could possibly imagine to be in that video, and really gave it like breath and life that like I wanted to see something like that. I think the movie portion of that video is longer than the song portion. I wanted to have somebody in that video that you had a reason to hate. That driving teacher, Coach Greenblatt, he's a real piece of work, that guy. Always eating bean burritos.
Exactly, through the suitcase. I was like, what the hell? Just
Yep.
suitcase of bean burritos?
That was all Jim straight. It's just like, I always wanted to have a briefcase full of burritos. I'm like, Jim, go nuts. Do what you want to do. You got the basic pitch from us. Like, I want to see a traffic safety school, and he went bonkers with it. And at the end of the day, this is like, we are talking about gore, horror, tragedy, a crankcase going through your abdomen, but like, we're having fun, we're laughing, and we're, because that's all you can do in the face of death is laugh it off. I mean, how 40 some odd like 40,000 traffic deaths a year or something. Totally preventable if we had trains.
Better public transportation, yes.
Yes, but America, we don't have that. We've got
No.
the highways and byways to see God's country the way it was meant to be seen, through the glass of a car.
Exactly. And you got to buy a new car every year. That's what gets pitched to us.
Well, if you buy more Exhumed records, maybe I could buy a new car every year. But as it is, I'm going to be going with my more than a decade old little compact there.
Hey, it works, and it's still probably unsafe at any speed.
It does work. I just got it back from the mechanic because 4 days before we even announced this album about road safety and tragedy and all that, I was the victim of a hit and run from a racing motorcyclist who bailed on his bike, and that thing came slamming into the back of my car at about 70 miles an hour on its side, had me spinning in the rain. And then the guy got off, he went and took the license plate off the bike and jumped on another bike and sped away.
Whoa.
So that actually happened this year, the January 2nd. So my year's off to a good start.
I mean,
got this record, got hit by a total asshole, and that's. But the good news is we went through some tips, and we pretty sure the guy's gonna face some time.
Yeah, because
so,
bikes aren't light, and glad you're okay.
No, and when you're hitting a tiny little compact Mini Cooper like I have, maybe it's not the toughest vehicle I could have on the road, but yeah, if you're gonna see me riding around, I'm gonna be in a cute little Mini Cooper. That's what I drive.
Hell yeah.
Well, and I drive it again. It's just got a lot more scars like I do now. So me and Matt I think we're the ones to write the lyrics for a record like this, because we were in our own auto accident in the 90s, and he flipped a Ford Runner, and that's how I got this lovely little scar right here, coming home from an Exhumed show. Had my face ripped open.
Again,
I know all about it.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on, were there any personal impacts or things that happened to you on the road, which you just answered.
Vehicular impacts.
Yeah, vehicular impacts that you put into this album.
Luckily, there hasn't been, there's a lot of horrible road tragedies that have happened to a lot of bands. We've been pretty lucky, just blown tires and, crap like that, or, getting stuck in a bank drive-through that the van and trailer didn't fit, and that took about 3 hours to figure out. But mostly just breakdowns, and a lot of times at Firestones trying to get our shit fixed. Personally, yeah, been in a few. I think Matt's been in a couple crashes. Every member of Exhumed has definitely been, except for me, has had to go do that driving school. They're better now. They're better boys now. They've learned their lessons, and you should too if you read through the lyrics on these records.
Going back to the music video, did you want to portray the traffic cop, or did you want to do something else?
Oh yeah, that was we talked about it. You'll see more of them coming up. You'll see more of Officer Sewage and Harv. We talked about having some kind of like characters going, and Harv was like, I want to be like the driving instructor who cares, and I was like, well, I want to be the cop who's a dick.
It says you're gonna die.
So it's a lot of fun for me. Obviously, if you follow my musical career, I do like putting on costumes a lot. I have a lot of fun with that shit. So maybe this is my bid to try to join X-Cops and really move my career along.
Hey, Cops Rules, huge Guar fan. And this album so far, these 2 new singles are great. It's keeping up with the pace of the album. I really enjoy it. Did you guys specifically sit down and, sequence this album because I hate it that everybody's single listeners now, but I love listening to an album and how it flows.
We definitely, I mean, this isn't like Death Revenge where that was a whole story. So that had like specific sequences that fit a narrative. This is more like, since this was, a looser theme for the record, we could just pick which songs we thought were good here and there. I think initially Matt came up with a sequence. I suggested just one change to it, I think, was just switching two songs, which he did. And then he came up with another new sequence for it, which was utter garbage. And it was terrible. And I said, absolutely not. We cannot do this sequence. It's just, there's, if you listen to a whole record, you want to have a flow from beginning to end. You can get people to listen to it and hook them in. Yes, it is a world of singles, but I'm older. I still think about the two sides of a vinyl.
Exactly.
Like you even have to think about the ending of each side of a vinyl. So the second proposal Matt made was terrible. And I think, I said, this is terrible. And he went back and listened to me. He goes, you're right. It's terrible. It's like, we have a good, we can tell each other the truth when we're messing up. So we went back to the original sequence plus one little change because I thought there was a slightly more epic song to close things out. And it went from there. Yeah, we absolutely do put a lot of thought into that kind of thing.
Big vinyl collector, so I do appreciate your role as not only bassist, but like backup vocalist, doing all of that. How has that changed over time, and how did you go into what you wanted to do vocally and lyrically for this album?
Well, I mean, like originally I was the quote unquote like lead vocals for Exhumed because I didn't really know how to play bass very well. And we had a bass player who knew how to play bass very well, Matt Widener from County Medical Examiners and all that stuff. Phenomenal bassist. And then he left the band and I was like, well, it's only got 4 strings. I could probably handle it. So at that point, it became much more of a less low vocal heavy band because I think no, there was a bassist vocalist. Jake, the original vocalist, had moved to bass at some point for one demo. But anyways, my role became much more like equal on par, I think, during the gore metal kind of recordings. And then kind of Matt, after I left the band, Matt's vocals kind of took more of a lead. And when I'm writing stuff for him now, when I'm writing lyrics from now, I usually do kind of see him more as like a lead vocalist, mostly because you can understand him better. So if there's an important line that I need people to understand, he's going to sing it. If it doesn't matter and it's a bunch of medical malfeasance words there's a bunch of gibberish, even if you had it spoken to you in plain English, I'll take those parts.
Did you guys bounce back and forth, or how is your guys' writing process?
I mean, basically everyone's responsible for a song, or their own song. We don't really go back and forth like, oh, what about adding this riff to your song, like building it out like that. We basically come to the band with completed songs. There might be a little bit of polishing, touching up, maybe like, oh, you could change that riff a little bit, but the song is basically there from the mind of the person who wrote it. And the lyrics are the same, but they don't come together always as a package. Sometimes there's a song where I'm like, I really want to write lyrics for that song, Matt. Like that's a killer, and I think I got a hook for it, already in my head. So we'll take different turns on that separately. And we did have a big session where we go over the lyrics. Me and Matt were talking, just even like rhythmically, where I'm like, well, how am I going to sing this part? I have to scrunch a bunch of words together and it sounds like shit, Matt. And he's like, oh, okay, well, let me change this around a little bit. And he did the same for me, where he's like, what about using this other like idiom in here instead? And I'm like, oh, that's really clever. Let's add that. We do participate in each other's writing process, but basically the packages come to the band almost fully formed.
Nice. I mean, hey, that's really cool that y'all share and go about that.
Yeah, and it's nice that Matt, it's his band for over 30 years now, and 30? Jesus, is it 36 years? Oh, he's old. I'm old. But it speaks a lot to his character that he's trusting me and Baz to bring quality music in, and Mike might have a different idea on some arrangements and stuff like that, and he does really listen. It is his show essentially, but he's a strong collaborator.
Hell yeah! Now you're gonna hit the road soon.
Hopefully not hard.
Exactly. I say, going on the road, do you have anything that you have to have when you're, on the road, not to distract you from the sense that in any moment you may be hit by a 18-wheeler.
Well, definitely going to load up my phone with crappy movies that I would not make anybody else watch with me. I need I need a roadmap to every toy store in every city that we're going
Hell
to
yeah.
because I got to add to the GI Joe collection as I go and pilfer every other state's surplus of GI Joes. Matt will be in the front working on his computer, working on some kind of composition score for something for a movie that doesn't exist. He wrote an entire score for his version of the Justice League that is he
Hell
just
yeah.
and he'll oh let me tell you like it's a okay this is Martian Manhunter comes in here and then the Green Lanterns and it's this whole epic movie that is not made anywhere but in his own head. So and we all just kind of entertain each other as we go along, and there's a lot of banter and fun. So we have
Hell
a good
yeah.
crew.
Hell yeah. So the tour, I just lost it here, is starting in March,
February
February.
19.
February. And oh, the album comes out the 20th. So
Yeah, February 19, we're going, I believe we're starting it right. We're starting it back in San Jose, California. So back to where we came from. I think it's our first show there in, I don't know, over a decade. Just going to say hi to the hometown crew and where we grew up. So,
oh yeah, and then you got to run for about a month, and
yep.
then Europe right after that with
Yeah,
the
for the first time in 7 years, it's the Kill Matt tour because he's going to be
this
playing with
double
the
duty.
gruesome and exhumed. So we're going to do our very best to kill him dead finally.
Exactly. So anything? What's the toy pilfering like in Europe?
It's been so long, I don't know, because it's been 7 years since Exhumed's been there, which seems we've had 3 albums out, no, 2 albums out since then, and an EP, and we just have not made it back over there. There was some issues with some management. There was some tours planned, but we're like, wow, it's like a week away, and there's only 2 dates for like 4 weeks. That's not promising. So sorry to the European rockers out there. We've been trying to get there. We're very excited to get back. And as far as the toy hunt, well, in the UK, I'm going to be looking for Action Force. In Spain, Estrella de Guerra. Basically all GI Joes. They're just all GI Joes from different countries.
It's in a very exciting time. You got this big tour starting off for the beginning of the year. Any other plans for the end of the year? You guys still figuring that out? I mean,
There are plans before you go and look at our American dates and start bitching and moaning that we're not going to Poughkeepsie or we're not going to Duluth or we're not going to Helena. Give us time. Give us time. We got a lot of time left in the year. We're gonna try to hit up all of our friends and have a really good time all the way across the country.
hell yeah! I know I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys at the LA show. And again, you'll be on tour with No Moss and Oxygen Destroyer.
Hell yeah,
Anybody else I
they're
forgot?
gonna be nope, that's it. They're gonna be
Yep.
bringing it. Like
Hell yeah!
we also very carefully pick who we want to tour with. We pick bands we like,
I,
so you'll like them too.
I love both of them. Seen both of them multiple times, and they never disappoint.
Hell no.
No, got a quick little bonus question here because as we've been on the subject of GI Joe, I'm a huge Cold Slither fan.
Hell
And
yeah.
I've seen Cold Slither. I saw you guys do the debut in San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah, I mean Exhumed is great, but Cold Slither is the greatest heavy
That's
metal band in the world.
exactly. That was like
Trademark.
yeah, that was like they picked the best people to do this.
I mean, luckily I just happen to have the exact same facial hair as Torch from Cold Slither. So lucky me. I didn't have to change anything. Poor Matt had to grow out a scraggly ass beard.
Exactly. Now, how did it go about recording the last Christmas song? Because I know you did the video for it. That's
I
so
did the video for
hilarious.
it. It's Cold Slither is largely Gus Rios's show. Him and Gerardo are the masterminds behind it. So they just said, let's do a Christmas song because there was a great G.I. Joe Christmas episode. So they got the song together and, we're checking it out. And we were gonna, I think the original plan was to have the guy who did the first four Cold Slither videos do it. And Gerardo said, hey, I want to loop you in because you really know you're such a fan and, you know the property. And I'm like, yeah, cool. All right, I got these great ideas. And he was very busy. He's like, I have no time for any of these ideas. I don't know if I'll have time to work on this video. He was already very booked up by Raining Phoenix Music. And so I said, well, hey guys, maybe I could do a video. Like, give me a shot. I do I do all the videos for the band's live show, all the background footage that plays and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could put something together. And then it started to come to me that I was like going to put way more work into it than than I thought even possible, because I decided, what would be great for a holiday special is an old style Rankin Bass stop motion thing. And I haven't done stop motion since I was probably 8 or 9 years old, back on an old Super 8 camera. I was like, well, we'll figure this out as we go. And I put together a little like 30-second pitch with some old figures, and everybody's dug it. They said, go, just go, run with it, do whatever you're going to do. And so I got to put together my idea of a great Cold Slither holiday special.
Yeah,
And you should check it out right now. Cobra Claws are coming to town. Look that up on YouTube. It's a real fun video.
yeah, it's a great video. I was gonna say, how long does it take to do like stop motion like that? Like, God, that probably took forever.
It took less time than you think, but it took way more time than it probably should have. Yeah, it took a lot of time planning and getting math down so I could actually make the drummer hit on beat and make stuff like that happen. And some of the ideas I had in there, and building sets and getting down to it. And it was like, I don't know, it's 10 photos for every second of footage you see in there. So I don't know if you can do the math on that or not, but it took a long time.
I mean, hey, it turned out great. I love the video, and I hope we can see more Cold Slither shows as well.
Me too.
Yeah.
Demand it. That's how it's going to happen.
Before we close, is there anything I missed? Anything else you want to highlight?
Other things that came out recently, I guess check out my old band. It's broken up now, but Ludacris, I was finally able to, took a while to want to work on it, because that was kind of a heavy process of saying goodbye to that band, reuniting, and then pushing it off again. On our Bandcamp, there's the live record mixed by Scott Evans, who also mixed Red Asphalt. Just a phenomenal guy from Kowloon Walled City who runs a great studio, Anti-Sleep Studios. But he also mixed the Ludacris live album off the board recording, and I put together a whole hour-and-a-half long multicam show video, and that's available on Bandcamp. So on Ludacris Bandcamp. So look up Ludacris Bandcamp, check it out. And a couple of the videos are on YouTube from the songs. And hopefully you think I'm good enough to edit a live show that you would never know that it was just that dumbass bass player from Exhumed.
He probably did a better job than we did with ours.
Oh, that's not. You guys did great. You guys did great. That was excellent show footage.
Well, thank you. What about Impaled? Anything going on with Impaled?
We do have a show in Mexico coming up in September. I forgot what city. That's terrible of me, but I still need to buy my plane ticket. So but we will be there. We will be there, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We always have a good time down there.
Ross, I want to thank you for joining me. We're all looking forward to this new album, Red Asphalt, coming out.
Hell yeah, you are. That's right. It's going to be great. Thanks, Shane.
Yep, February 20th. As well as the start of the new tour, kicking off February 19th. Hell yeah, and then Europe right after that.
Hell yeah, I'm just very excited. Yes, we're going to get going to drive the Ausfahrt.
There you go. All right, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Be sure to check out Red Asphalt on Relapse Records, everybody.